what your excuses are doing for you? They're protecting you from three things. In Metamorphic Dictus, week 4, number 26, it reads, excuses are protectors, and they are pain avoidant by nature. They're like little entities that live within us. Are you aware of that? First, they're protecting you from you. I don't know if you know this, but within each and every one of you, there resides a whole department designed to come at you mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You have living within you detectives, you've got prosecutors, and it's their job at times to gather the information to present so that you can be arrested and tried and sentenced. And what your excuses do is they protect you from your internal justice system. Didn't know you had one, huh? You got one. And it's pretty fortified in some of us. Some of us, it's resource. Some of us, it's a little anemic, but everybody's got this. And people who are self-aware and on a healthy, holistic journey towards personal development, they are aware of this and they've learned to get in there and manage this effectively. But secondly, excuses are protecting you from others, what they think about you, how they feel about you, what they're going to do for you or not do for you. And so what excuses do is they come in and they say, hey, let me help you leverage some things. Let me explain reality in a way where it's always favorable. If this didn't go the way it should and you didn't do it, no problem. I got you. Trust me. I'm going to scheme up something that makes you look good and feel good and be good in the eyes of others. And that's what excuses are doing. You know, excuses often think you're really young. If we could just take a left turn for just a few seconds and you were to ask an excuse, how old do you think I am? That excuse would probably say 5, 7, 9, 3. In other words, excuses assume that you can't do it for yourself. You can't possibly take responsibility for what you did. You're not strong enough to work through something and just say, I did it, it was wrong, or no, I wasn't wrong, and I still got blowback from it. And here's what I'm going to excuse me, like, no, you can't handle that. You're fragile. You got to let me help you. You can't do this. And this is all the reason why we have to be aware and we've got to grab our excuses by the throats and sit them down and say, look, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to protect me from my internal justice system and you're trying to protect me from others, but I don't need that. And the third thing your excuses are trying to protect you from are the 3 tenses of life: the past, the present, and the future. You see, excuses know the power of the past, and they know that past be creeping, and they're like, you know what? Let me just litter your past with some excuses so it has a softer landing into your present because your past is always showing up in your present. You may not be aware of it, but it's always showing up. Right now, you're getting my past, whether it's resourceful or non-resourceful, whether it's redeemed and sanctified or unredeemed and sanctified, whether I have repositioned it or never touched it. You're always dealing with another person's past. You're always dealing with another organization's past. It's just a question of whether they're aware of it and whether they've done something with it. But your excuses are seeking to protect you from the past, but also the present. They see the present realities as potentially dangerous and harmful and volatile. And so they're ready to dish it out so that you don't get hit so hard. And they're definitely protecting you from the future tense, because who knows what's going to happen in the future. And so they've got to be ready. You see a common theme in all this? Yeah. Excuses are protectors and they are pain avoidant. And the primary role of an excuse in your life is to keep you safe. Are you aware of this? So what do we do about this? I've already said it. You've got to find a way to engage them. And one of the best ways to do that, for some of us, we're kind of sightseers. You get a pen and a piece of paper, write down your excuses, look for common themes. Ask them. It might seem weird for you. Ask them, like, what are they trying to do? What are they protecting me from? And why are they protecting me? And how old do they exactly think I am? And why do they feel like I'm not capable of absorbing this? Unfortunately, many people have learned over decades to effectively use excuses. Like they're really good at it. And it's like cancer. It's just, it's like a symbiotic relationship that some of us have with excuses. It's not good. So, what that means is you got to be patient because it might take you time to unravel that relationship, time to become aware, and time to take your excuses and learn to use explanations instead. The difference is an excuse is going to leverage a scenario or an environment or people in order to justify itself. An explanation is going to seek to make sure that the context is understood in which something happened. But ultimately, the healthy person takes responsibility and says, it was me. I'll own that. Because when you put your life into the hands of an excuse, it's always going to be messed up. So, one of the most effective ways for you to ensure that you're going where you want to go at the speed in which you want to go is to take responsibility for it. But many of us can't do this because we're not even aware of the power and effectiveness of the presence of excuses and how they are playing a role in our lives. Now you are. Grace and peace.